Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Archive of Solitude, and today we're going to have some story time, all right? We're going to talk about something that happened to me in high school. Well, I think it would be middle school in America. I was like in 6th or 7th grade, and it was so funny, man. It was the funniest thing ever. Look, we were on a trip, all right? We were on a class trip, and we were like in a house and stuff, and the rooms are like divided. So we got like a bunch of rooms on the right wing and a bunch of rooms on the left wing. And on the left wing, there were only girls. On the right wing, there were only guys. And we were like two different classes. So yeah, you can add up. Like we were like at least like 40, 50, 60 people. 50, 60 people. Like we were just there being kids, playing stuff. You can go outside. It's like a forest place. Like it's foresty and a little bit high up. Like not quite like mountains, but kind of. And it was quite cool there. We could play basketball, football, volleyball. There was like a place where we didn't really watch television. We were outside. We were in the forest, playing in the forest with each other, having like wars and stuff. Wars and shit. Like we were doing stuff. We were doing tribal stuff. Like we were like building houses and saying, all right, those are the enemies. We need to attack them. And we were having a bunch of fun, honestly. It was the best time ever, all right? So now you have to imagine, now that's really important, left wing, right wing, all right? We got the girls wing and the boys wing. And I don't know why. I do not know why. But for some reason, I was like on the left wing. And it wasn't like nighttime or anything, because when it's nighttime, we need to separate, and the left wing needs to, like the girls need to sleep on their wing and the guys need to sleep on their wing. Like they can't even go outside of their room normally, but they surely can't go to the other side. So what happened was, I was there in like midday, and I was in that room and I was talking to some girls about something. And I'll get to at the end what I was talking about. I was talking to the girls that was about something, and like one girl, two girls, and then like for some reason more girls started showing up, and more and more and more and more. And at some point, I'm not kidding, like all the girls from the whole wing were in that room, in that one room, all right? And the guys, my God, like they try to save me or something. I was in that room just talking to the girls. Like we were just talking about stuff, and I'll get to what we were talking about at the end, but we were just talking. And the guys were like, I guess they were jealous as well, because I got so much attention by all the girls. And I wasn't handsome, all right? I need to say that up front. Like, I'm not a handsome dude. I wasn't handsome. Now I look a little bit better, all right? I need to shave, calm down. I need to trim my beard a little bit. I'm letting it grow out, calm down. But I was in that room, and there were a whole bunch of girls with me, and I was like, kind of feeling myself, you know. I was like, all right. Oh. Like we didn't do anything. I caught like not in that way, but I was just feeling like, all right, I must be that guy. I must be him. I must be Himothy. You know, so I was like, all right, I'm in here, like I'm just doing stuff. And the guys, they were in front of the door, bang, and all the guys, they were like boom, boom, boom. Well, not all the guys, but like the cool guys, let's say, like the guys who were popular as well, just like me. I guess I was popular if I was in that room. So they were all in front of that door, bang, and trying to save me, trying to run up that door, like get in, get me out and stuff. And at some point they got in, and I told them, guys, I'm good. I am good. And then they were mad at me. They were still there and still banging and stuff and still distracting them, because the girls were keeping the door closed so I could stay there. And man, they were so jealous. They were like, man, he switched sides. He must be gay. He's weird. Like, why is he with the girls and stuff? But they were probably jealous, because I didn't tell them I didn't tell them that I was there. It just happened somehow. And yeah, I was just there, and all the girls, like, there were like 4 beds, and I was sitting on one of them. Right next to me, some girl left. there were like three girls there, three girls under me as well, under the other bed, like, and it was packed. That room was packed with girls, like all over, all right? And man, I was feeling myself. I was like, man, this is where I belong. I'm a lion, and I got all these lionesses around me. So yeah, and it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was all because of the topic that we were talking about. And now I get to it. We were talking about what boys like in girls. Yeah, literally that, all right? We were talking about what boys like in girls and also what girls like in boys. And more in the way of, all right, like my girlfriend, you know, what we care about, what's important to us, like really basic stuff, all right, really basic stuff. For example, like I think I was saying that you should stop wearing your hair behind your ear because guys don't like that. That's like one of the stuff that they said was like, yeah, we do actually like when guys are jealous and stuff like that. Like, we talk about that stuff, and all the girls were there, and they were so invested in what I have to say because they felt like they got intel information, and the guys felt like I was a snitch. But I just got me some, well, calm down. All right, I was like 11 years old, probably, or 12. I was probably like 12 years old. But man, I think I had some kind of awakening there. No, but it wasn't anything like calm. It wasn't anything sexual. Like, we were just hanging out. It was definitely, well, it wasn't sexual in terms of lust, but it was still sexual in terms of gender polarity. So, because I was the only guy there, so I got all the attention. So, but, you know, it was crazy. And I just wanted to talk about it for once because I didn't talk about it for a year. I never talked about it. I never talked about this. It was crazy. Like, it was so fun. I was in that room with 30 girls and all the guys were jealous. Like, and since that day, I think I was destined to be just the lion. All right, I was destined to have a lot of girls around me, and that's what I did in the future. But now I don't anymore because now I'm more of a tiger, more in solitude, more on my own, whether with other tigers nor with any tigress, female tigers. So yeah, now I'm just on my own, just a tiger. That was a good roar. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. I wanted to tell you this story. All right, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Look, I'm gonna recreate that moment at some point. Look, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. I'm manifesting it. Somehow it's gonna happen again. I don't know how. I don't know what's exactly going to happen, but it will happen again. It will happen again. But yeah, guys, if you like this video and you want to hear more story times like this or stuff about mindset, spirituality, my life basically in general, get some stuff, you know, you should follow me. But normally my outro would be like this. I need to do my normal outro, but follow me if you want to hear about that. But my normal outro goes like this. If you do like this video, don't subscribe, don't comment, just get off your phone, get off everything, get with 30 girls in a room, and delete YouTube, delete social media, delete Instagram, delete everything. And if you don't, I'll see you tomorrow.